Guys, Apple Intelligence and Siri AI were just announced at WWDC, but there are a few things that did not announce, and we're going to cover all of it in today's video. So let's get started. Now let's start with the big picture. Today's Apple announcement for iOS 27, iPadOS 27, macOS 27, and the headliner is something called Siri AI. This is not Siri Update, this is a complete Siri rebuild. Now Apple says Siri has been rebuilt from the ground up. Brand new Siri architecture with personal context, world knowledge, on-screen awareness, and you're even getting a dedicated Siri app with conversation history that actually syncs securely across all of your devices via iCloud. And you have visual intelligence that is coming to the iPad for the very first time. And on top of all that, performance improvements across the board. We're getting app launches up to 30% faster, photos load 70% faster, AirDrop 80% faster. So even if AI was not a thing, iOS 27 is a meaningful update on its own. Now, most people are going to look at Siri AI and think to themselves, you know what, Apple Intelligence, it's finally catching up to ChatGPT or Claude or Codex, whatever you're using today. But what if I told you that the more interesting story isn't what Siri can do, it's what Siri can't do yet? Stick around, we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. Okay, what actually is Siri AI? Let me walk you through what I would call the 4 things that matter the most for this. First, it's going to be personal context. It's the understanding. This is the big one. This is what Apple talked about a few years ago when they talked about, that new and revamped Siri 2.0. Siri can now search across your messages, emails, photos to find what you are looking for. So you can certainly say, hey, find the hotel confirmation from that email last month from that hotel brand, and Siri actually knows what you are talking about. Apple calls this personal context understanding, and it extends to third-party apps when developers integrate that with Search or with Spotlight. Second is going to be world knowledge, where Siri can go out to the web and get you up-to-date information on virtually any topic out there. When is the next solar eclipse? When is that musician touring? What is the best route to the airport right now? This is Siri competing directly with ChatGPT and Google Gemini, except it's directly baked into your iPhone without you having to open another app. Third is going to be on-screen awareness, and to me this is genuinely interesting. Siri can now see what is on your screen and answer questions about it. So if you're looking up a recipe and you want to ask Siri double the ingredients, it gets it, right? So it knows because it's looking at your screen. If you're on a call with someone and they write off an address, Siri can grab it. This is a real quality of life shift. And for me, what I was just like, wow, this is so cool. In the demonstration, they showed you calling your airlines to find or to rebook something, and it found your confirmation number through your email, and it actually displays that on screen while you're on the call with their customer service. This is like a total quality of life enhancement because you're always looking for that little bit of information that you can kind of correlate or you need for a phone call that you're making. I don't know, maybe it's just me. You let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. But this is a real quality of life enhancement. Fourth, visual intelligence is coming to the iPad and to the Mac. I'm actually super happy about this because today we have iPhone visual intelligence that has lived inside the camera app. You point your camera at something, it'll tell you what it is. And now that's coming to the Mac and iPad. On the iPad, it's integrated directly into the screenshot experience, which I love because I use screenshots all the time on the iPad. I use it with ShareShot to do some of the mock-ups and stuff, but it's great. And you can do it through I think it's Option Click on the Mac if you want to take a screenshot, and then you get the Siri contextual window to select anything on screen and then directly type to Siri about it. And then there's the dedicated Siri app. iCloud syncs your conversation history across your devices. You can start a conversation on your Mac, pick it up on your iPhone, or even research to check the state of it on your iPad. It's a small thing, but it's the first time that Siri's been able to continue continuity like that. I mean, ever, right? Really? And then there's the dynamic island. iPhone users can now swipe down from it to start a conversation with Siri. That gesture alone is going to confuse some people because I'm not really sure if they're going to try and get to Control Center, if they're going to try and pull notifications. We're just going to have to wait and see. I actually downloaded the new Siri, but I can't get access to it because it's behind the wait list, and right now I have no idea where I am on the wait list. Hopefully very soon. Okay, so earlier I said that the more interesting story is what Siri cannot do, and here's what I meant by that. Siri is not available yet, right? It's only available in developer preview. Now it comes out in September when it comes out with the iPhone. There are 2 massive carve-outs in Siri fine print. First and foremost, probably the biggest one, that if you are in the EU, Siri AI is not coming to iOS or iPadOS at launch. Mac, Apple Watch, and Apple Vision Pro should get it in the EU. Now, number 2 is going to be China. None of this is coming to China while Apple works through the regulatory requirements. Full stop. When will it be available? It will be available in the fall if you have an iPhone 15 Pro, 16 or later, and the advanced model, which is going to come to Siri AI, That will be available with what they're calling the on-device model, which unlocks the best customization, the most accurate dictation. It's actually really cool how they showed that. That will be available on the iPhone 17, 17 Pro, iPhone Air, and later, or any Mac with M3 with at least 12 gigs of memory. Keep that in mind if you're on older hardware, but if you're using the iPhone 15 or non-Pro device, you will not get it. Might be a reason for you to finally upgrade. Now, the personal context and world knowledge features alone, for me, I think that they are a reason to change how you use your iPhone, especially if you're a power user who lives in email messages. And I wonder if we'll see a lot of adoption in third-party apps. I like to use Spark for my email on my phone. I hope that they would adopt this. Otherwise, I mean, it seems kind of silly that they would not, but I would think that most third-party developers would adopt this. Siri AI's personal context is literally built for people who are living inside of messages, mail, all day long. And finding that one email from 6 months ago is just kind of a killer use case. Pulling confirmation number, summarizing a thread, that is going to be your use case. And if you are a parent, the new parental controls that are coming in iOS 27 are the strongest set of parental controls that Apple's ever shipped. Child accounts with age-appropriate restrictions. You have the ability to detect obscenity, nudity, while either on FaceTime or in messages. There's contact approval. There's just really kind of a robust set of features. And actually, this was something that made me stop what I was doing when they were doing the announcement and actually kind of like send a thread about it, because it was that cool. Because I really try to control how much screen time my son has, especially during summer break. I don't want him spending as much time on the screen as he should. He should be outside playing like I did when I was a kid. And maybe I'm just, reliving the golden age. But it is really cool, and I probably will make another video about that. If you want to see that, let me know. Now, for me, I think the most impressive features coming to iOS, iPadOS, macOS is the personal context thing, without a doubt. I've wanted this for a better part of 7-8 years. I can actually ask Siri to find an email, a photo, a confirmation number, anything that changes my daily workflow, that improves how I work on my Mac. I'm all about it. All right, now if you found today's video helpful, hit that subscribe button. I want to know from you, what are some of the features that Apple did not announce at WWDC? I'd love to see read receipts for group messages, which I have a ton of, but I can never tell when someone read the message. But there are other features like that, so let me know what you think that Apple should announce. My name is Mike, and I am out of here.